I thought that I was talking, and I wasn't talking to anybody. I was talking to myself. Oh my goodness, this thing is doing some crazy things. It told me I was live a minute ago, but I wasn't live, so imagine that. But anyways, what I'm gonna, I'm gonna keep on the same subject because what I truly believe is going on right now. Let me let me stop this screen share because it said I was broadcasting, then it said I wasn't broadcasting. So, man, I mean, I know they're messing with me. I've never had any of these problems before. Uh, but anyways, that just tells me I'm hitting on something that they don't want me to talk about. A lot of people hadn't figured out where I'm at yet. Let me see if there's still people over there. I don't know. Maybe I'm live in two windows. I don't think that I am. Who knows? Google really don't like me anymore. They used to like me when I only talked about the Mandela effect till I started realizing that this world has a lot of evil going on in it. It has a lot of leftist propaganda out of UN, Baphomet. I mean, all these things that are probably keywords that trigger the AI. I mean, they're going on, and they're going on everywhere. And a lot of people have no idea that it's going on. Okay, well, I went back on the other page. I can't get a hold of anybody. It's not allowing me to check it. But anyways, okay. I'm just going to keep on going, keep on rolling with the punches here. That's all you can do. But I mean, seriously, the Mandela effect. It is what woke me up. It is what brought me into checking into all these things. And I truly believe that's what it's for, is to wake up the watchmen, to wake up the people that are able to be woken up. And a lot of people, I don't know that they're able to be woken up until I don't want to say until it's too late, but it's gonna it's gonna take a lot for them to even process that this is happening. That we may be possibly in them days where um, you know Lucy or Lucifer has taken over completely. He's not just. I think that we're going to start having more and more problems as Christians, as believers, um, to even to do anything or to even belong in this world. I mean, it's definitely coming. If it's not here yet, it's coming. But okay, this thing is not going to let me show y'all anything more about the new order. I don't believe. Uh, my pictures are now strangely. Okay, wait a minute. I've got Awaken Saint wants to come on. I'd love to have him on here with me. I'm gonna send him a link, and we're gonna get Awaken on here with me. That's always a good sidekick to have. So everybody, hold on a minute. Let me get Awaken a link, and we'll get him in here. So hold your horses, and we will have Awaken Saint. Let me copy. Copy. I'm copying. Do you copy? You got your ears on? Okay. I copied. Now, let me and for any conspiracy theorists that you got your ears on, that is a something that people that use CBs use. My grandfather was a trucker. That's the only reason I know that. Uh, I have nothing to do with the government or nothing to do with the police or anything like that. So for the conspiracy theorists, that's why I usually don't go live where I show my face because there's always somebody that's going to say, "Hey, I just caught him throwing a sign. Did you see him throwing that sign? He's got a sign. He's definitely down with the Masons." I don't know nothing about the Masons other than what I've read, and from what I've read, I don't want nothing to do with them. So that's the way that's going down. All right, guys, I'm trying to figure out how to get up my. I can put Awaken on here with me. It's been so long since I've done it, I can't even remember how to work it. What I'm going to do, I probably should not do this. And I don't even know if Awaken will click on it if I do it like that. I was going to drop one in the chat, but probably shouldn't do that. I don't know if he would be down with that. So let me see here. My Google Hangouts, there it is. It's not even cut on. All right, that's the reason I couldn't find it. And now it's saying try again, like my internet's not hooked up. I don't know what is going on here. It's so strange. It's so very, very strange. Truth. They don't want you to get the truth out. Why would they want you to get the truth out? If you're even touching on a minor part of truth, they don't want that out there. So they can keep on trying to stop me, but ain't nothing gonna stop me now. Ain't nothing gonna hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. All right, we dropped Awaken a link here. We'll see if he's able to get in on that. Cause I'd love to have him in here. As for the stuff that I had on the new order, I don't think that I'm gonna be able to show you anything about it. I'm going. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe, but it's like a video. How weird is that? Okay. Yeah. Okay. We do have some stuff on the new order. It's working now. It's called World Order. That's what it's called. All right. Now let's go over here to screen share, and we will screen share. Hey, Awaken's going to be here shortly, so that's great. I always like to have good friends over and have fellowship with them, because we are going to tie this in to some things in the Bible at a certain point. Because there's signs in the sky, there's blasphemy going on everywhere, there's effects, and there's tons of people under a delusion. They're delusional. They believe that these changes have not taken place. That we are committing blasphemy by saying changes have happened. Well, they have happened. I'm sorry. Sounds like Awakened Saint dropped in.
Hey, Brandon, are we live already?
Oh
I
yeah.
guess. Okay, give me some time here. I got to set up. I thought we were gonna roll into being live.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that. I've already been shut down once, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, we'll try not to get shut down while I'm getting set up here.
Okay. All right, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to screen sharing, and we're going to read a little bit from this book. It's I don't know if this book's real or not. I like to think that it is, because some of the things it says sort of seems like what they're doing. So I'm starting to think that it probably was a real book, and that's why you can no longer get a hold of it. So I'm gonna go to screen sharing, and we'll go ahead and share. Now let me minimize that window, and I'm going to bring it up. All right, World Order by A. Ralph. I don't know, something. I ain't trying to promote him anyways. Did y'all see that? Okay, see, that's what keeps happening. The screen keeps shutting off. But anyways, we're going to go back to the first one that I have, and then we're going to start reading it. It says, so the people of the world can now determine what those changes are. That's weird. That those in the positions of the implementing changes have in store for them. In summary, then these changes are. The old world is coming to an end. So what would that mean? We got a new world order. It will be replaced with a new way of doing things. The new world will be called the New World Order. This new structuring will redistribute property from the have nations and will give it to the have not nations. Well, that don't sound fair, now does it? So let's go to the next one. The New World Order will include changes in the family. Homosexual marriages will be legalized. Parents will not be allowed to raise their children. The state will. Now, I don't know how many were on the last live stream, But do you remember Celine Dion saying, our children are not our children? Sort of sounds like she's read the book at the very least, huh? Or maybe it's just a coinky dink. All women will be employed by the state and not allowed to be homemakers. Divorce will become exceedingly easy, not harder, easy, and monogamous marriage will be slowly phased out. Homosexual marriage will be legalized. Okay, I just read that. It must be oh, never mind. Homosexual marriage will be legalized. Parents will not be allowed to raise their children. The state will. Oh, I did just read that. I hope I get more. I can't remember how many I took. Okay, religion. Religion will be outlawed, and believers will be either eliminated or imprisoned. There will be a new religion, the worship of man and his mind, and will believe in the new religion. What? I mean, really? And then it goes on to say the United States will play a major role in bringing it to the world. World wars have been fought to further its aims. Adolf Hitler, the Nazi socialist, supporting the goal. And it said the majority of people will not readily accept the world order. I have to disagree. I think they will. The majority will. I believe that. And that's the book that is currently unavailable now. Imagine that. But I wanted to bring that up. Okay? Now, what we're going to step into whenever, I don't know when Awaken's coming in, so I'm going to keep rolling with it. This one is going to be about Yeezianity. What I'm doing here today is I'm exposing the perversion of God's laws, blasphemous things. I'm showing them. I'm not afraid to go there. I will go there because the Holy Spirit is protecting me. These things do not bother me, other than the fact that they are blasphemous. But the Holy Spirit is on my side, is on your side, so don't be afraid. And we are going to read. Okay. Here we go. It says, we are a forward-minded group. And this is Yeezianity. This, if anybody don't know, we are talking about Kanye West's, it's his church. I mean, but I'll just let him speak for himself. We are a forward-minded group who believes that one who calls himself Jesus is the highest living human being, and he will help to usher in a new age of humanity. We believe that a new age is beginning, where all people will unlock their creative powers and the competitive struggle for money and power will no longer be necessary. But we just heard a lot of stuff like that about the have countries given to the have not countries. We will no longer own our land. Maybe he's read the same book too. We are called Ye-Disciples. Our membership is entirely open and non-exclusive. We allow a Ye-Disciple to be a member of Yeezianity, as well as other spiritual practices of their choosing, including some of the best ones: Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, and Taoism. Hey, yeah, I don't even know what that is, so it's one of the best ones. Okay. In fact, we encourage disciples to explore and consider the tenets of any spiritual idea they feel attracted to. Okay, now I'm just I'm not going to read too much of this, but if you want to, I'm not going to say it out loud because I believe it's blasphemy straight up, and I'm just not going to say it out loud. But I'll read from the third line down, because he's saying that he believes he's God, and that you're supposed to believe that he is God, and that you believe in the power of man, and you believe that God wants man to create in his image, and blah, 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 blah. Blasphemy! Of course it is. Well, what do you expect from the elite? Proceed. And it says, we will only reply to those who contact us with a genuine heart. Huh? Well, how does he know if you have a genuine heart? And then it goes on to say, do you believe in Jesus? Because I believe in Jesus. Do you believe in that you are a God? Because I believe I am a God. No, I don't believe I'm a God. I believe I'm man. I believe I was created by God, and I was created in His image, not in Kanye West's image. So what we're going to break into next here is Daniel 7. And it said, and he shall speak great words. This is Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change time and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time of times and dividing of time. It says, wait a minute now. Hey, wait a minute though. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it unto the end. So be not afraid, people. If we are in them days, and it exceedingly looks more and more like we are, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We know we win. We know that our Savior, Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, will be coming back, and He will help us, and He will take care of everyone, and He will defeat the Antichrist. So if we are there for the tribulation, people, do not fear. If we're not there for the tribulation, in a best idea, none of us will ever see it. None of our children will ever see it. None of our grandchildren will ever see it. But the way things are going with prophecy, and it just seems like more and more and more that we're seeing things that are, speak to that this is happening, and that those days are upon us. I hope they're not. I really do. Nobody wants to see anything like that. Nobody wants to be alive for it during the hard part, anyway. Glory be to God when He does come back, and it'll be a wonderful day. I will rejoice. But being a truther and being somebody who the Holy Spirit will have to tell me that this person is trying to be skeptical of anybody.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, my friend.
Okay. All right, I'm in here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, they already shut us down once, Awaken. I was, talking about the new UNICEF Celine Dion children's clothing line. I don't know if you've seen anything about that or not.
Yeah, I saw somebody did a video on it. I can't remember who it was. I saw something on that.
Yeah, it's really strange. They have triangles on their clothes, and the word New Order, and it's just all really, really weird, to say the least. It speaks to me what they truly believe. The veil's being lifted, and they're not even scared to come out and tell us what they believe anymore.
Yeah.
It's really everywhere. Everywhere you look, honestly. Even if you're not looking at prophecy and you're not a particularly religious person, it would seem like you would notice it, but they don't. Most people don't even notice that this is happening. It just kind of blows me away, really.
Well, what have you experienced? You say most people. What have you experienced with people knowing it or not knowing it?
Well, I tell you what, buddy. I've been trying to bring it up to more and more people, and especially my dad. I work with him all the time, and I've just been trying to wake him up. But man, he gets aggressive with me when I start even talking about, especially the Mandela effect and Bible changes and the new world, the new order. I don't want to alert the AI because they shut me down last time I said the words. But
Did you say a particular word that got you kicked off? I wasn't listening. I didn't hear that part.
I guess so, because as soon as I started talking about, a new order that they've got going on, I used all three of the words. It was shortly after that my connection just dropped, and it's never ever done that before, ever.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. I was showing the UNICEF the pictures of the kids, and I had showed the Celine Dion video where she has a commercial, and she's actually in a child's like where the children go in a hospital when they're first born. She's in there like robbing kids or something. It's really weird, and she gets arrested. So
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that story.
if you want to read, I mean, I can push it over and try it again and let you see it if you want to watch it. It's up to you, buddy. I don't. It really don't matter to me. I don't know if they'll kick me
What
off.
do you mean, like share it on your show here?
Yeah, yeah. Last time I
That's
did.
your show. I'm along for the ride. Whatever we're doing.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you're here. I mean, I'm really, really glad you're here. But you missed the first 30 minutes, so let me do that. I'll go ahead and try it again.
You got a lot of windows open, brother. I mean, that may be a problem because you're screen sharing. It looks like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 windows open.
Yeah, I do have a lot of windows open. You're right.
Just I don't know what kind of memory we have over in the Brandon Hall Zero show. I was just bringing that up.
I have like a terabyte, but I don't know how much RAM I have, to be honest.
Yeah,
So,
I'm along for the ride. Whatever we're talking about it. Let's get into it.
well, I mean, what we're talking about is basically the agenda that the elites are pushing on the masses is not really what most of America can even relate with. I mean, most of us can't even relate with the stuff that they're pushing.
Yeah, well, it's that's one of the things that I'm not 100% sure on because I've noticed, you have the all seeing eye and everything, and you have triangles all over the place. You have all the symbology, right? That we're noticing. And I'm looking at old shows from the 80s and stuff, and I'm finding these symbols in the old stuff as well. So I'm wondering, is that a Mandela type thing where everything's changed all at once, or when I was younger, was I looking at these shaping symbols and not realizing what I was watching? You know what I mean? Did you hear any of that? Can you hear me, Brandon?
You hear me?
I hear you now.
You hear me now?
Yeah. What were you talking? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I was talking. That's what I'm saying. I'm killing some of these windows down because
Yeah, maybe not. Are you on a cell phone?
no, I'm on my house computer. I came home today just to be able to do this. Uh,
Okay. Yeah,
but
maybe minimize the screen sharing until you get it all sped up.
right, okay, yeah, good idea.
Did
Good
you hear
idea.
what I said? Everything I just said, or do I need to say it again?
Say it again because I didn't hear all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was talking about the symbology that people are noticing, like the Celine Dion video that was just made about her clothing line and all those symbols and the clothing and all that stuff. That may have always been in our face, and we're just now waking up to seeing it. If that makes any sense, because I've recently been looking at like old video games that I played as a kid and old shows from the 80s. And those symbols are all over inside those shows. And I don't know, I find myself asking myself, was I looking right at the symbols back then and just didn't know that I was seeing it? Or is that like in this Mandela effect where everything changed all at once and then it has a history to it where when you look back, you see it? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I mean, I totally know what you mean. I mean, I've honestly wondered that about so many things that it makes me wonder if maybe that's part of it. Maybe actually the changes uh, were originally meant to wake people up, and then the elite caught on to it, and they started adding their changes in and to confuse us because I know there's controlled opposition out there. I don't know who they are, or but I know that they're there. They have to be there. That's just the way it works.
Yeah, Scrappy Dappy Doo says your volume's about a 2 and mine's a 10. So I'm trying to adjust the best I can on my side, but
Okay, well I'll move closer. How is that?
there you go. And I'm moving further, so maybe it'll. I'm
Well,
talking into a Yeti that I've turned it down. I've turned the gain down as far as I can get it.
okay. Well, I'll try to move closer because what's happened is I had my actual headphone set broke, so I'm using my old mic that I originally had because I just really haven't been to Walmart today. I'm actually have to go to Walmart later and I'm gonna buy me one while I'm there. But anyways, that's what's going on with that. Oh wow! Look who just dropped in.
Man, how'd he get in here?
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Where am I?
You're making ringing noises.
Yeah, where are you? I don't even
This,
know.
this isn't where he parked his car.
That door was unlocked. I just walked in. What happened?
You left his door wide open.
Yeah, man, I don't know. How you doing, buddy?
Salutations, brother.
Yeah, how are you?
Good, good. Hey, stick me a link here in this side of this thing so I can look at your chat room too.
Okay, what do you want to link from the room I'm in?
Yeah,
Okay,
The show.
the show.
show the link here. I was watching the show, but then when I clicked over here on the Google Hangout to come in this back door here, uh, now I can't see the show. I can hear you guys, but that's it. I can't see your chat room. So yeah, here in the Google chat, send me a link right here.
Let me cut it back on here.
You know how to do it, Awaken.
Cut me down once, photo.
Yeah, let me see if I can. He's got so many windows open. I got to figure out what he's doing here. I can give you a link, I think.
Yeah, just stick me a link here in the Google chat so I can say hi.
Okay,
Yeah, here we go. Hold on. Right. And then I got to find Google Hangout deal.
Oh, wait. There's the room. I got the room. There it
Well,
is.
I'm sending it anyway because I just did the work.
Yeah, now you worked on it. Now I can say hi to everybody.
all right.
All right. We have a show happening.
Yeah, we got a show happening. That's wonderful. I'm so happy both of y'all are here. Two of my favorite people. If we had Dust here too, I'd just be ecstatic.
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing right now.
Yeah, I think that she got up late. She actually sent me a thing just a few minutes ago.
I'm sorry. I was just reading Stacy B. Got tickled when he said, or when I said, "Where am I?" So he's laughing his hind end off here. It says, "Hey, photo, since you are older, no offense, yeah, because I'm old. Hey, where am I?" Just tapping around through the dark line here.
Brandon's internet security is so weak, you can just walk right in here. So if anybody just wants to come on in.
Well, Brandon, listen, I don't want to interrupt your show. I just wanted to stop and say hello. Awaken had he dropped me a little line, said, "Hey, you wanna sneak in here and say hi to Brandon." So I'm not like a hacker. I haven't jumped in that way. And
I invited him.
It was Awaken that did that. So I just wanted to let you know. He thought it would be fun to surprise you this morning on this wonderful Sabbath day. So hi.
Yeah. Hey, it is. I mean, it really is a wonderful thing to hear from you. I hadn't heard from you in a while. I've been so busy, I really hadn't been doing any live streams. So it's wonderful to have you here, and both of y'all. I really think a lot of both of y'all, and I ain't trying to blow your egos up too much, but Photo, you're the one that woke me up to the Bible changes. I hadn't opened my Bible much in that period of time, and my life's changed for the better since that day. It was a hard time for the first couple weeks because you just have a hard time accepting that all these things are happening. But whenever you finally come to the realization that it has happened, and there's no way getting around it. You know, it's just been a good time after that. I've been working a lot, and you know, God has blessed me in a lot of ways, and I'd just like to thank you for that.
Thanks all goes to the Lord. I'll just tell you, I'm just an old rusty tool in his toolbox. You know, that's the way I like to look at it. If he could use me, then that's great. Uh, I don't know. I talk to a lot of people, and they say it was one of my videos or something that woke them up or whatever. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, man, there's a lot of people gonna blame me for this.
That's all right though, ain't it?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's good to hear you and see you both. I've been wanting to get back on and talk with Awaken, and I haven't had a chance. I've been really busy through the week, you know, working, and so today I really was taking advantage of the Sabbath. I was my day of rest, man. I was just crashed out. I had taken a nap and was laid down there, and he called me up and said, "Hey, I'm going on live with Brandon Halls here." And I said, "Oh man, do you want to? Can you join? You want to come in and surprise him?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, of course, man. It's Brandon." So, and you two are two of my favorite people too. You know that, and so I thank the Lord for y'all. And sure enough, and I think nothing. Well, I thank the Lord for everybody that's awake and can see the changes. I think it's an amazing time to be alive and be witnessing this stuff. It's a hard time, and the younger you are, I think the harder it may even be. But I say that, but you know, the older you get, it gets a little rough too. But it is just it's a hard and exciting time to be alive, and it's harder for those that are running around in confusion without direction or that are following after the lies. But those that are a child of God, those that are seeking Him and seeking the truth and having trust in Him, so the fear is cast away. It makes the hard times a lot more exciting, a lot more exciting. Looking forward to our Lord. Hey, Belinda Brubaker's in the house. Scrappy Dappy Doo. Stacy B. Man, you got a good little lineup in here watching this room.
Yeah, I hadn't been getting as many people because I hadn't been active on my channel as much, but you know that's all right. You know, whenever there's two or more, we still have our fellowship, and He is here, so that's all that matters.
There you go. There you go. Where there's two or more gathered together.
That's right.
Yep, two or more.
Two or more. Now it says two or three, I think, but it's two or more.
But that's the way I always remembered it. But,
that's right.
So,
what you guys been doing?
Working mostly, except for you know this week everything's slowed down for the last couple of weeks. But it's winter time here, so you know the type of work I do, that's the way it goes. How about you, Awaken?
Yeah, I'm working and doing the morning show when I can. We just finished one up with Jesus Freak Computer Geek. I think you saw that one.
Yeah, great show.
So working and doing this when I can. That's what I'm doing.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if you caught the first one, but you know what we was talking about originally. Whenever they shut me down or whatever happened, maybe it was my computer. I'm not completely a conspiracy nut on everything, but I was talking about the new UNICEF Celine Dion clothing line, and you know how basically all of it ties into this book. It's called The World Order, and everything that they even speak, the way they talk about a new order, and you know it all seems to tie into this book. So maybe they've all just read the same book, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know, I was just talking about how it was. You know, it seems to be all perversions of God's law in the way that I look at it. But maybe I'm looking at everything through, you know, a Christian lens. I don't know.
Well, you remember back, and maybe you don't, but you know who Elvis Presley is, right?
That was my favorite, or was when I was a kid.
Okay. Well, you remember Elvis Presley, and if you've seen some of the documentaries and things about him back in the day, in the black and white times, and the people would gather around, and he was just he was a very handsome man, and he had a way with the way he sang and stuff, and Elvis, you know, he was the big hip shaker kind of thing going on, and he was right there at the cusp of this new, coming right out of the drug induced 60s and stuff, and was just right there on the cusp of this new rock and roll kind of thing going on. And it was sort of the softer type. It wasn't the hard metal. It was a soft type rock and roll. It was but just the same. It was still a little edgy. It had the fast beat music and all that. And this is coming in a time when the generations are the, you know, you had Woodstock and those kinds of things had taken place, and it was pushing forward, and there's just a hunger in the youth for something to do. They, you know, television, cable, and things like that wasn't really there. The computers weren't there, and so it was more a thing to go and hang out with your friends and hear some music and that kind of stuff. Well, Elvis at his time back in the 50s was doing that rock and roll. Then along come the Beatles, and then the Beatles were just over the top with that rock and roll kind of thing, and adding a sense of rebellion to the existence. So that by the time that the full blown real Woodstock came along, where you're having all these different rock and roll groups and things that had really gone over the top with the different metals and things like that, and the sounds. The generations of that time period were really just flocking to all these things that were somewhat rebellious. It was against what the parents taught, and they all had their little kicks. And then you look at it like Kiss was a rock and roll group that came out, Nights in Satan's Service, they would call it, and they played on that, and they would have the mask makeup and the different kind of hair and the costumes with big shoes and silver teeth and all these wild buckles. And Twisted Sister was another one that come out, was really just sort of wild with the makeup and the hair going crazy. Michael Jackson comes along. He's over the top with Thriller and all of the different kinds of costuming and the videos. And as technology has progressed, these groups have taken and grabbed. And if you look, they're all driven, not all completely from the very beginning, but most of them are driven by that business, shall we say, you know, Sony Records and you name it, whatever the record company names and labels were. And people wanted to get in on that deal. You want to be in the business, you're going to have to do this or that and sell your soul and that kind of thing. And there are those kinds of deals that go on behind closed doors, literally, with witchcraft and spells and different things to promote different record labels and different musicians. Well, the idea is that when they put this and do backmasking and stuff like that, like with Queen was real big about that, running stuff backwards. Beatles did it some, experimented with it. But they're controllers. I mean, these people are just, they're out there. They start out with the idea they want to sing, they want to entertain, they want to be a rock and roll star, whatever it is. And once they get that niche where it's been introduced, where people just, you know, the reason I mentioned Elvis first is because the way girls would swoon, they would pass out or throw their clothing and all, you just name it. And that followed through with the Beatles big time. I mean, girls cutting themselves and crying and just carrying on like crazy, because these people have become what you call demigods, little gods. They are worshipped, and with the hope or fantasy that maybe somebody would be able to be involved there. I got to take this. I got to mute. Hold on.
All right, Brandon, what do you think about that? Let's keep the ball bouncing.
Yeah.
This is John.
Yeah, I told
Hey,
you.
how are you?
We can hear your phone call photo.
But I mean, I think like now, I mean, that right there literally.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Brandon, you might want to mute photo.
Trying to make sure because I've just finished up a job. This yesterday was.
I'm trying to
Click down on his avatar, just hit mute, and then he can unmute himself.
Yes,
Comes back.
I told Paul I was supposed to.
Okay, yeah. All right.
You got him.
I figured it out.
We would have found out like he's an assassin or something. Yeah, I did that. I did that job. You know?
Yeah. The truth is coming out.
Oh, we don't. Yeah. No, I think he does construction, but anyway, he'll get back on here and when he's done with the phone call. So he was talking about. I guess you're talking about in the entertainment industry, whoever they're serving that industry, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, and talking about how they're worshipped as a god, and that steps me right back into what I was talking about a few minutes ago about Yeezianity, the church that Kanye West has started, where you have to proclaim that he is your god and all this crazy blasphemous stuff.
Oh wow!
I
didn't know that part of it.
Oh yeah. I'll actually try to screen share that again here in just 1 second. It'll take me a minute to find it, but that's what you have to do to join his church, is to actually proclaim him as your God.
When you say him, are you talking about the devil, or who are you saying him?
I'm talking about Kanye West.
Oh, you have to claim that he's God?
That he is God.
That Kanye West is God.
Yes, I know.
Wow. And some people are doing that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh man. No wonder there's so many bad drivers on the road. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm pulling it up.
Wow. What is in the water? We got a lot of fluoride in the water or something. Why would anybody do that?
I don't know. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
You got to be kidding me.
No, I ain't kidding you. I'm going to screen share it right now.
People are actually doing it, or is that propaganda? Is that real? Like people are actually doing it?
Yeah, people are really doing it. I mean, there's people that don't believe.
I mean, they got to know. They got to know this guy's not a god. I mean, you can't. How's that possible?
I don't know. Are you able to see it right now? Awaken.
Yeah, I can. Well, you got to lock. You got to screen lock it because when I'm talking, I can see my helicopter.
I got to screen lock it. How do I do that?
Just click on Brandon because you're the one sharing, and then it won't keep switching to my helicopter when I talk.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well. Oh, not that. Now we just went back in time.
Hey.
There, we're going back in time. Ah, hey.
So is it sharing? It should be catching up with it any second now.
Okay, I see. I'm
not.
trying to make it big on my side. I can see declarations of faith. Believe, it says, believe I am a God. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Oh, you did something. It was working. Now now it's back into oblivion. This right here is good. I can see this.
Okay. Yeah. You have to say that you believe that he is a God and.
Wow. I don't even know if I'm allowed to read these things.
I know. I mean, I don't. I believe they're all very blasphemous at the very least.
So who does he pray to then? Himself?
Very good question. If you read at the very bottom, now this is what they expect of you. To join the Church of Jesus, please take a photo stating, and you can find these all over YouTube, I believe in Jesus, and post it on your social media accounts.
So you think they're just making fun of Jesus with it? Possibly. You think that's what it is?
Possibly. I mean, but there's so much more, and it keeps going. It's just so it's crazy. And then you have our Savior up here, which I've never even clicked on that. His real name is never to be spoken. He is only known as Jesus. What? Sounds like blasphemy to me. I mean,
that's just weird. So weird.
It is weird. I ain't even going to play the video. If I play the video, they shut me down. So I'm not going to do it.
It's probably got some kind of copyright attached to it.
It probably does.
I would assume.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of this stuff, I have to see it to believe it's even really happening.
Yeah, the way that I've seen it is I clicked on the video, and I didn't know what it was. I can't remember what it even said, but it was people one after another saying, "I believe in Jesus," holding up a sign. And I was
Yeah,
like,
did they get paid to do that, you think?
you know, they could have, you know, but
I mean, I know a lot of people would do that for $10, you know. He could have dished out $1,000 and had a bunch of people say that.
right. I mean, yeah, he could have. I don't really know. But then you have to think about it. You have Jay Z, and he's Jehovah. That's his thing.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
yeah. And then you have
He's,
Beyonce. She's having the Beyonce masses where they actually rent churches out, and
so
they
how'd you find out about this?
you know, I really don't know. I sort of ran across it a while back, and it just blew me away so much. I've kind of been holding it on the back burner, so I had a few people out here to talk about it, and Photo stepped right into that one. So hopefully we get him back and he can talk about it.
Wow. Do you see Photo? Is he still connected to you?
Yeah, yeah, he's still. I
Okay.
have muted, and I don't think I can unmute him. So
But you'll have to let him know that he's muted because the way it's set up, you can't unmute him. I don't know why it's set up like that. He'll have to unmute himself.
here, I'll send him. I don't know if he's got his messenger thing open, but I'll.
Photo, you are muted. When you're ready to talk, unmute yourself.
Yeah, you're muted.
He may be on his phone call still, and he may not hear us talking.
Yeah, yeah, it could be. But yeah, man, he stepped right into that one. What do you? I mean, what do you buy into all this stuff with the worship of all these celebrities?
Well, we've been worshiping celebrities since the beginning of celebrities. You know, it's idolatry, not adultery, but idolatry. You know,
Right.
and there's already a rule against it. So you know where they say there's a reason why that sign was made. The guy made a sign not to tip over a soda machine because people were tipping them over and getting killed. Well, there's a reason why there's a rule not to worship other gods besides our God. So, I mean, the rule's on the book, and they're obviously just going against it. You know.
It seems like to me the thing is, it seems like it's getting to be more widespread for these celebrities to try to get people to accept them as even more than just a celebrity, but as a god. Especially with the Beyonce masses, I could not believe what people were saying when they walked out of there. That it was, and what they do is they sing Beyonce songs. They have a big choir and they sing like the one I watched. They were singing Survivor. I am a survivor.
So are they having like an actual get together, or is this an online thing, or what is it?
They're actually bought some churches, and
No way.
they have Beyonce mass on.
Where? What?
Yeah.
Where's this at?
Well, where do you think it's at? California, of course.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I don't. That's not. This is not. I don't want to down your show, but I've already written off California. No offense to your crowd here.
Well, I have too. I mean,
I mean, I tell California, and I was born in California, by the way, so I know better. But I tell people that are living in California, I tell them, you know how you fix this? You get a U-Haul truck, you load it up, you face it east, and you keep driving. That's how you fix that.
I like it. I like it. I like
That's the best way to fix the California problem. In fact, if you stay too long and you're too successful, they burn your house down. Come on, guys, don't stay there. I mean, that's literal. They're burning houses down over there.
I know. Have you noticed that a lot of times there's so-called forest fires? They go around the forest, and the forest is still there, but all the houses are burnt down.
Well, I notice a lot of the aerial shots, the houses are burnt down to ashes, and the trees are still standing next to the houses. That the thing that supposedly started the fire has green leaves on it still and green needles on it still. And it's just, I mean, it's amazing. I'm leaning towards a microwave type weapon, not a laser thing. I know everybody says lasers. That there's no way that it has to be some type of microwave that's causing that. Because you know how you can put something in a microwave and the bowl's fine, but everything inside could get burned up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's that same kind of concept.
And that
And
it could have something to do with this 5G network that's popping up everywhere.
I don't know. I mean, we don't know. I mean, we don't know either way, but it would seem like they wouldn't light everything on fire with the 5G because people would probably pick up on that. Maybe I don't know if they're worshiping Beyonce. I don't know. I don't know how much hope we have. So we'll find out, I guess.
Right. I mean, I really don't know either. I'm just the thing that makes me wonder about the whole setup, or what some of these new towers are in New York. They have a bunch of these new towers going up, and the people that the commissioners, they don't even know where all the money's going or why they're building them. It's so secretive. it makes you wonder what the use is. There's some type of mind control. Is it some type of weapon or whatnot? I mean, who knows? I don't know.
Well, it's a faster system. I know it's been activated a lot over here where I'm at, and it does speed things up. And I don't know if I'm oversensitive to it or what, but when they turn the system on, there's certain areas where I walk around and I feel a little dizzy when I'm down a road that's got one of those antennas aiming down it, and I stay away from it, because it's more of a very direct signal. It can't pass through things, and that's not good. That means you're getting radiated if you get hit by it.
Wow.
So it goes like antenna to antenna, and it moves information a lot faster. The communication industry calls it the Internet of Things, because it's supposedly the fast enough internet that you could have autonomous aircraft and cars and all that type of stuff. That's what it's supposed to work. Like your toaster is supposed to be able to pop toast and tell you to buy more bread, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Huh. That's wild. I know that I did read a report, and it was from somebody in the lamestream media. It's supposed to be credible, but anyways, they were talking about the firefighters. They had set up a 5G network right across from where the firefighters were, and they were having the same thing you're talking about: dizziness, headaches, and several other things. And finally, they got their county to take it down because they said they couldn't have their firefighters going in to fight fires, dizzy and having a migraine. It just wasn't going to work out. So they finally shut it down. So if you hadn't checked into that, you ought to.
Yeah, they're probably sitting around with that antenna aimed right at them, sitting right in that signal. It's not healthy.
No, I mean, there ain't no way it could be. It just, it seems like people are more worried about, basically their media than God or anything that's truly important at this point.
Well, it seems to me that people are being managed by the social internet. Like they're not worried about anything. But it all depends on whatever meme gets fired off on Facebook or Twitter, and you could see it's like a bunch of I don't know what's that bird from the cartoons where they all run off the cliff together. I can't remember. I had a good analogy in my head and it fell out. But anyway, what did you know it?
Tweety bird.
That's Tweety bird. No, it was like those birds that went extinct because they were all too dumb to think for themselves. It's kind of like, you'll see arguments begin where people are discussing stuff. I've noticed this visiting home. I'm like, just the like the dinner topic among friends is 9 times out of 10 it's whatever meme just hit Facebook. They're literally being controlled. And I'm like, wow, really? Mark Zuckerberg's telling us how to think now? This is ridiculous. I mean, come on, guys. You don't have your own thoughts?
And there's also an uptick in people dying during.
Hey, I hear you now. Don't move. Keep talking from right there.
Yeah, there's also an uptick in people dying during selfies.
Really?
Yeah, because they're doing crazy things. They'll like try to hang off the edge of a cliff and take a picture.
Dodo bird. Sorry.
Yeah.
Chris Fitzpatrick. Dodo bird.
Yeah. But I mean, there's people. I don't know if you heard about the rapper in Canada. He was trying to do some pictures while he was some selfies while he was hanging off the edge of a plane, and he died. So there's a bunch of people dying while they're doing.
Was the plane moving?
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, I don't know. I mean, some of the planes are pretty tall. They could have died just falling off the wing if he hit his head or something.
Well, I mean, that right there wouldn't be a cool enough selfie for these people. They got to be up in the air, man.
Wow. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm so disconnected from the social networking type stuff. I mean, I have a Facebook. I'm not on it very often. Like when I am on it, I'm kind of like almost comparable to the hippies of California when they do something conservative. It's ironic that they're doing it. You know how they say I'm doing it, but I'm doing it ironically.
Right.
Like when I make a post on Facebook, I'm doing it ironically. Like I'll find something that I can poke fun of, and I'll make fun of it, and people will think I'm actually in the argument with them, but I'm not, because I'm just making fun of the fact that they're arguing about it. But that's all if I even get on it. But the one thing that really is a pet peeve of mine is people taking picture of their food. That's ridiculous. Why you gotta take a picture of your food? Who cares? I don't care what you're eating. I really don't.
Right.
And I don't care. I don't care that someone else cares what you're eating. I mean, I like the guys that were going around stirring up the food right before somebody took the picture. I saw somebody doing that on YouTube, but I just don't understand why you take pictures of your food. That's weird.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's but like you were saying. I mean, people, social media controls a lot of these people, and it's getting worse with our youngins, especially if you allow it. But I think it starts in the house. You know, if you buy them that first cell phone, or if you handle them the cell phone when they're 2 to 3 to 4 years old, just to instead of dealing with your children, you know.
Oh, it's an epidemic now. I mean, and it's part of society. You put a kid in public school at a certain age with no phone, and it's like you send him to school with no shoes. You
Right.
know,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, it's that much part of society. We grew up not having phones at all, and we made it. We made it here. We're here talking about this stuff. We survived. I never took a picture of my food ever growing up. I've thought about it. It's like I don't remember. No, we went on trips and stuff, and we visited California. I'm from there. We visited there. We didn't take pictures of our food while we were there. We did take pictures of things, but not of what we were eating. I never seen that. It's weird. I
Yeah.
got to get off that. I'm stuck on the pictures of the food right now. Sorry.
No, man, you're all right because I actually I really don't even understand it. You know, some people tweet every single thing they do. It just don't make any sense to me, and I don't think that it ever will. Uh, just like I hadn't even been on social media in several years until just by happenstance, my little niece was telling me about the Mandela effect, and she clicked on YouTube and she showed me a Mandela effect video, and I thought that I could debunk it. And when I found out I couldn't, then that's when I started my channel. But I'm not big on social media. I just felt like this was something so important while we're still allowed to and able to get on here and have fellowship and just even talk about the truths of the world, that I thought that I needed to do it right now. So that's the only.
Yeah. Well, another thing going on that I don't know if you're aware of. I'm not. I'm talking with you, not at you. So if you know about it, don't be offended. But the soft censoring is going on with this type of media that we're on right now. So they're doing several levels. I want to say levers. I don't know why, but several levels of censorship, and one of them is the distributing of your show, right? So you can see like there is a. I'll give you a good example. There's a ridiculous YouTube channel. It rhymes with sloppy. Okay, I'm not going to say the name because you probably will get shut down. But this particular female acts robotic and posts literally ridiculous things, and it'll get 2 million views immediately. Now that's quite impossible, right? And a show like yours or my show, or guys like us, what we're speaking, we'll get a few hundred people will see it, and then it just kind of trickles down and goes away. And that's the soft censorship. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So like the Google headquarters over there in California is running their logarithms, and they're slowing down what they don't want to go viral. There's certain messages they don't want to go viral, and it won't. And then you have the hard censorship when you type something that they just don't want you talking about, like a bang bang event or something like that, and you just get shut down, or you get your what do they call it? The community guideline strikes. I have some of those, by the way. I just don't talk about them.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've gotten some, but and it's stuff where you're hitting a sensitive topic when you get one. When you get one of those, you're getting to the truth where they don't want it out.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean,
so I would almost argue it may get to the point where we're still talking on here, but no one's really hearing us, and we think we're being heard. It's possible. I mean, we know who's in the chat room. I mean, there's people in the chat room hearing you right now, and we have some viewers, but I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever be able to reach a whole lot of people, but I'm going to keep trying.
and you know what? I really think that you're right, because it seems like I mean, there is some new people even on your channel, which is quite a bit larger than mine right now. But anyways,
Well, we didn't start out that way, brother.
Oh, I know, I know. I mean, I'm so happy for you. It ain't even funny. But anyways, uh, it seems like a lot of the people are people that we speak to on a regular basis. That there ain't a whole lot of new names that's coming in. And then if they are coming in, you're kind of like, I wonder if I can trust this person. I wonder if they have, good intentions, or if they're here to cause trouble or whatnot.
Well, I've noticed some of that. I get some new names in the chat room, and I've noticed a lot more messages behind the scenes, like people sending me pictures of residue and that type of stuff, and it's names you don't normally see in the chat room. And then I look in my analytics, and I could see my show's watched by a lot more people that go into the chat room. So that can be, I mean, there's different levels of participation with YouTube. You know, some people just want to watch it as a show, and they don't want to be in the chat room, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Because like when we first started over on my channel, I remember getting excited that there was 90 people subscribed to it, and we're a little over 400 now, and I just wanted to keep growing. And I'm never going to monetize. I say that over and over again. And I absolutely mean it. I'm never going to do that because I'm not selling for truth. Truth is free.
Right.
I will sell things at my house to keep it going if it got to that point. I'm not going to use monetization.
I understand. Me too. I just don't believe in charging for it. It worries me. And there's only a few that I even listen to that are monetized because I don't know. I just have a hard time trusting people that's monetized. Because you find yourself chasing that paycheck. So maybe you don't really have that in your heart, but you're putting out another video. So that's where my issue comes in to the monetization.
Well, I think the problem could be if it's a very, not everybody that monetizes is dishonest. I don't want to bring that out. I mean, people are trying to make a living, and that's okay.
Well, yeah,
but the thing is, you could chase the money, as in you got to be careful what you say, and I don't want to get in that position. You know what I mean? Because you could have a certain person in your chat room be like, well, I know if we say planet or anything round, this person's a flat earther, and they have like 4 people with them, and they'll stop coming on my show. You know what I mean? I mean, like, you got to be careful what you put out there, which limits your pursuit of truth if you have to be careful what you say.
Right.
So we're already limited to what we could say. We don't want to have money to it, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, yeah, I totally agree. And you know what the issue is that in this community, it's such a great community, and I wanted to just say that people, all of us take care of each other. If somebody really needs something, there'll be money put together, and the person will get help if they really need the help. So, none of us need to monetize, really.
Yeah.
I've actually seen it happen. Somebody really, really needs something.
Hello?
Such a great group.
Hey, Photo's still here.
Hello. Hey.
Hey.
Did I miss the show? I'm so sorry. I was on the phone.
And that's a wrap.
No.
Oh.
The last word. Did I miss the show?
We're just chatting away over here.
I was trying to get off of it. I had to take that. It's the important call I had to take. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm not sorry. I apologize. God doesn't make sorry things.
Okay.
What did I miss? What did I miss, y'all?
We just leaped right off of what you were talking about because I had some stuff queued up on the Kanye West new church, the Yeezianity church, and we were talking about the Jehovah thing and Beyonce masses they're holding, which is what you were talking about, the celebrities worshipped as gods.
Well, and the thing is, one of the points I wanted to make when we were talking about, just like Kiss or whoever, any of those groups during their time, Ozzy Osbourne, he had his little wild kicks and stuff, and the groups, I think Iron Maiden was another one. They played with the zombie look and just all these different groups. And some of the music is catchy with the different tones and tunes and things like that. But a lot of it had that rebellious nature to it, to go against what mom and dad is and that kind of deal. And so you get in there in the clique with your, what do you call peer pressure, I suppose. And sure enough, people follow after them and they become fans and begin to idolize these human beings, and they start worshiping the creation more than the creator, and it's all sex, drugs, and rock and roll these days, and that's what it's been for some time actually. But it gets worse and worse with the newer and newer technology and the way they've studied the different sound waves and things like that that actually institute different wave patterns for the mind. And you look at some of these what they call the techno kind of things where they go to these big concerts and it's just technical music, you know, where slam dancing, jumping around, bouncing around. Half the people are lit and drunk, and boom! I don't know what that was. That wasn't me.
Sorry, I dropped my coffee mug. You heard that, huh?
No. And half of the people are lit or drunk. Bam! He drops his cup. What are you drinking there, Awaken?
Well, it was Folgers, but I'm out now.
Folgers
You dropped your cup.
Yeah, when you take the D off of it, the cup gets heavier, apparently.
If you had some ready whip instead of whip,
yeah.
Put in there.
Oh.
No.
Oh man, hey, I got some pictures of U-Haul without the dash connected to the H. Have
Really?
have you guys seen that? People send me stuff. It's gonna be in the next video I put out.
Cool.
Pretty neat.
Scrappy Dappy Doo says, "What does it profit a man to gain the whole world yet forfeit his very soul? Please never sell out at any price, everyone. It will be worth to endure until the end with Jesus Christ."
Absolutely.
Gotta agree with that. Yeah.
Yep, me too.
For sure.
Totally.
Well, have you done a shout out in your room? Say hi to the folks that's in there, or no?
No, would you like to?
Well, I can, but I don't know. Make Awaken do it. He's good at shouting out.
Yeah, Awaken.
All right, let me go to let's see, participants. Can I do that on this thing? Let me see here. I got live chat set up. Participants list. I have Belinda Brubaker with a wrench. Brandon Halls here is our host. Chris Fitzpatrick with a wrench. Photo Helix with a wrench and talking with us. Scrappy Dappy Doo. Skywatcher Deanne Quantum Shifting. Did I say that right? I hope I did. And that's who's in the list. Mystery Fried. I'm reading down the list just in the chat room. Mystery Fried. See if I missed anyone other than that.
Lone Oak Lady.
Stacy B. Lone Oak Lady. I think that's everyone. Let me know if I missed you. Welcome.
You didn't say Photo Helix has a wrench.
I think I did. I think we need to play that back. I think I mentioned it.
Did you say Photo Helix? Really?
I did. Yes.
Well, there went the show. There went the neighborhood. Photos here.
They're going running for the hill.
Right.
Well, we just celebrated my favorite time of year, and that was Thanksgiving. And I want to give thanks to Brandon and Awaken and all of y'all that are tuned in, and thank y'all for being brothers and sisters. Thanks to everybody for prayers, and thank you all for doing the Lord's work. That's an amazing thing, and I thank God for letting us be where we're at in life right now, to be able to see what we see and hear what we hear, and have the ability to decipher and judge between what is right and wrong to the best of our abilities, and trust in God to be able to call on Him. Man, is there anything else to be more thankful for? Wow. And hey, the turkey was good too.
Awesome.
It was. Yeah, mine was good too. We had, you know what? We had so much to eat. We've just been blessed, and I'm just so happy that we are blessed in that way. And hopefully that will continue as long as it can. You know, I don't know how long any of this is going to continue, but as long as it is, God willing, we'll have another good Thanksgiving next year.
Well, that'd be nice. That would be nice. But take no thought for tomorrow, what we eat, drink, or even what we'll wear. I have no reason to think that far ahead. But if it comes, maybe we can have a Thanksgiving show.
There you go. There you go.
Awesome.
So how often are y'all going to be doing these shows? Because if I knew what kind of schedule everybody was running, I would try to schedule around. I just, the way my schedule runs these days, I'm just work almost, I don't want to say 24/7, but there are those days where that's no kidding. It's just constant. If I'm not working, it seems like I'm entertaining and with different company and different friends and people, and just very interesting. Yeah. So staying busy all the time, and it would be nice to be able to get back involved with YouTube more and get out here where I can see all of y'all.
I'm gonna try to start having at least one every Saturday, and I might, do some on some other days, but I'm gonna try to at least do one every Saturday.
Okay. So you're going to be a Sabbath morning kind of program.
I reckon so.
What about you, Awaken? Are you doing your Friday movie nights and?
Well, we haven't been doing the movie nights, but we've been doing the Awaken with Coffee on the weekdays that I'm not flying. And this week is going to look real good. It looks like we'll be doing Monday through Friday this week. So as long as I'm not in the air, I'm doing the show. But I haven't really had any plans on doing the movie night unless people send me requests and say they want to do it,
Right. Okay.
Well,
I seen Lone Oak Lady's in the house. Did anybody say hi to her?
I said,
don't know.
Hello, Mom. I think that I did. I don't know if Awaken did or not, though.
I don't know if she was visible on the participants list when I was doing it.
I think she got in late. I probably should have told my own mother I was doing it, but I just assume everybody's getting notifications. But I think it's more like what you were talking about, Awaken, with the soft censorship. Maybe people ain't getting.
Well, when you set your show up, do you go under advanced settings in the lower left-hand side? You can set it up to send notifications. If you're not clicking that, it won't do it.
Oh, really? Okay. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you got to go under advanced settings. And I just put 2 days before, no matter when it is. And that way it gets hypersensitive and starts sending out notifications everywhere. It seems to work.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, I think that I'm going to wrap it up. We've been going over an hour here.
Okay.
I'm really thankful both of y'all showed up. I'm probably going to end it with the song I started it with on the original stream before they shut me down, in case either one of y'all have more to say. Y'all want to either one of y'all have last words?
Photo?
Well, I want to apologize for having to bounce in and out like that with the phone. This was very unplanned. I wanted to drop in and say hi for sure, and visit for a few, and say hi to you, Brandon. I ain't seen you in forever, and it's just good to be able to touch base with y'all. Remind the people that this ain't going to last forever. So stay strong and keep your nose to the grind, and keep your eyes toward the heavens, and continuously trusting in God, drawing closer every day, more and more close to Him as time permits.
Amen.
Well, Brandon, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. I appreciate Photo coming out of nowhere for us, because I think I woke him up. So sorry, but thought it'd be fun to have him on. It always is. And commonly I say this, and I mean it, and that's why I say it over and over again. Hopefully it starts kicking in and people listen. Trust your memories and always live in truth and seek out the truth. And when you have to love yourself, or you're not going to be able to love God. And love your neighbors as yourself. And look forward to seeing you guys on here with Brandon again, and hopefully over my side of my channel too when you can. So I appreciate it, Brandon.
Oh yeah, appreciate you. And just like he was saying, people just be in the world, not of the world. That was a message that was provided to me by the Holy Spirit. It was something I couldn't get out of my mind, and I've been trying to live by that. And, that's another reason I hadn't been on here as much, because I'm trying to be in the world and not of the world. So, anyways, I love you all. Thank you for showing up. We're going to end the song with, or end the show with the song, John Prine, God Only Knows.
God only knows the price that you pay for the ones you hurt. along the way. If I should betray myself today, and God only knows the price I pay. God only knows. God only knows. God only knows the way that I feel. It's only a part of the way I feel. If I can't reveal the way that I feel, then God only knows the way I feel. God only knows. God only knows. Now I lay me down to sleep. I praise the Lord, my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I praise the Lord, my soul to say, oh God, oh no. God, oh no. God, oh no. God, oh no. God only knows when I'm not true to the things that I say and the things I do. And if I can't be true to the things that I do, then God only knows the way I feel. God only knows. God only knows. God only knows. God only knows.
All right, guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and trust your memories. And we're out. I hope you have a wonderful day again. God bless you.